Let's look at this and we'll notice and see that this image of this Christ, you'll notice that over the head of this Christ is the circular disc. Out of all the images that could have been used to identify with the Supreme Being, they're letting you know and telling you that this is a spacecraft. A lot of things is interesting that you will notice that in the image of the Bethula in Jerusalem, I think I'm
Bethlehem Nativity,
correctly, that it also shows where this Christ was, Emmanuel, Yahshua, was born, that it shows over the head of the manger, it shows another circular disc. Go back to my video, I'm breaking that down. And then you will notice that inside of this circular disc, zooming in, is these same circular space-like craft that's also on the inside to identify with this black and gray, if you will, or is this black and purple? I don't think they had purple like that back then, but whether black and gray or black and purple with the tri on the inside, right? Then we go to this image of the Pisces, the Vesica Pisces. You'll notice on the image, and you also see it in my video, that on this image, you'll see that he has his regular leg, you know, look at his regular leg. I had to show you a picture and show you what I've edited to help you understand something. Hold on. Here we go. This is the actual image without me doctoring anything else. Look at his leg, where his hand is. That is his actual leg attached to his body. Now, what is this that's shooting up over his leg by his private parts? You gotta understand something, break something down for you. It's cold talk is double talk. Talk is double talk. You see, this child here, this man here, and what it identifies in my mind's eye, and this is for educational purposes only, to identify with an erect phallus. You see, he didn't make no mistake. He couldn't actually have it shooting erect, but it had to be coded in a right roundabout way. We noticed that they know how to create a feet and how to create feet and legs, but to identify with the erect phallus, coded, you see? And this is the ancient ones working with this one, all right? And even in this image, we notice, look at this dragon horn fish. Look what the fish is doing. Ask yourself, why is this grayish black powder-like substance is blowing to the phallus-like area? Now, I just circled it. I didn't put that what appeared to be something. I'll let you gather what you gather, but for me it seemed like it's a phallus there. And why would the fish even be blowing in that direction? You see, these things you can't make up, but to identify with, in my mind's eye, coded to identify. You see, when the writers, and I should say the painter, drew this, he could have drew the squiggly lines and not even place a squiggly line, but that was done deliberately and intentionally. Okay, so we know what that is. To identify with what I was telling you, I can't make this up, that the seal for this Christ, now mind you, This Christ type person, or whoever that's supposed to be, is Caucasian. And the face is contorted and twisted in color. Okay? Keep that in mind. But notice that the 333 is a seal. 333, that's my number. I've been enlightening y'all to the number 333 since 2011. And 333 is code for L-U-C, is code for Lucifer. You see, because L is 12, and 1 plus 2 is 3. U is 21, and 2 plus 1 is 3. And C by itself is 3. This is 333, his seal. Not only is it on the right hand side, you'll notice something. That the Ba, deviate because this is important. The Ba, the personality in ancient Egypt is named the Ba, represented the unique personality, emotions, and individuality of a person. The human-headed bird. The bird was often depicted as a human-headed bird that could travel between worlds of the living and the dead. What do you see over this Christ's head? What do you see over this Christ's head? The bird. You see, they use our signs and our symbolism. It might not have the head man of the head of a man, but the head is going down to the man. The circular rays on that bird head is also that circular rays on the head of this Christ. Now notice something interesting. Let's go here. All right, now just to identify that bird is saying, this is saying resurrection. Let me show you. Let's get there. Now, to help you to understand what was brought to my attention, let's go to the actual picture. This is the actual picture. Now, it can be identified with, over the head, identified with the uterus pushing this Christ-like child out, this Christ man out, is depicted futuristically. Because when Christ, your Jesus, that you say Jesus, Yahshua, Emmanuel, was said in a lot of his teaching that you had to be born again. Born again is not being dipped in no water. That's something that y'all contorted and twisted a lot of people in the church. But to be actual resurrected, be born again, is what a lot of people saying. This is what the reincarnation of this Christ is. Now, the over the head represents the walls of vagina pushing out and the waters flowing out. You see? Why else would there be just the lines? The lines on the side represent like the lines on the walls of the uterus. You know, the lines. You see, this is the bird right here to identify with the resurrection of this one. And then this is just my interpretation. This is my thesis. This is what I believe. There's many ways of interpreting it, but the powerful tool that the angel brought to my attention is this. And this is what I gathered. You see? And this is what I see. And then you notice the waters to identify the nurturing of this Christ, the nurturing of this one. And guess what? He's brown. He's not Caucasian. He's not pale. This is a brown Christ. Look at him. Look at the brown over the head of this bird. Over the head. You see? It can be identified with the phallus. You see the circular part. This is for education purposes only. The testicles and the phallus in the womb depicted to identify with this Christ, futuristically coming out through the womb And it also could be identified with the energy emanating and radiating from this Christ one. It's to identify with these beings in these different dimensions working with him. You see? I didn't alter anything. Everything that you see, even what's between his legs, I didn't alter that. That was placed there to show that these beings is with him and around him, assisting him and protecting him. And the ancient ones, beings that we call, I should say, extraterrestrial beings working with him, behind the scenes, grooming him and teaching him. Okay? Now, let's go back. To show you that I can also make this up, that you'll see the number 3 and 3. You see it's coded in a tri-formation. Now again, this is during the Renaissance, medieval Renaissance. You know how long ago this is, so I can't make this up. I wasn't even born, you weren't even born. But my my spirit was, as a lot of our spirits was. You see the tri, you see the 3. Yeah. And the 333 is always coded. And again, this Christ is brown. That's brown. And notice, look at these circular discs in the background. Look at the circles. A circle in blue. These are spacecrafts behind the scene. You know, which of the prophet that spoke about circular spears when he was lifted up? Was it Elijah? Look, these circular, I circled them. Look, behind the scene, watch it. See, these are not primitive people who's painting. These are the same ones that drew in a lot of the pictures depicting the Christ and the Mary, and they showed spacecrafts in the background with the number 333. Look, 333 is even on the left hand side. Look, the berries, 333, and also on this side, as I showed you another one, 333. Yeah. I can't make this up. It's coded, it's all here. And I showed you what the V and the L represent Virgo, and the L is also my name, Lucifer, which means light bearer, but the L just simply means 12, which is 12 is the Pisces constellation. Is the reason why you see the constellation of the numeral of 12 around the head of this Christ-like person. But you gotta ask yourself, why would his face be that color and his body be white? To identify from darkness to light. To identify that this person is darkish. You see, his stomach is pale, but the face is darkish. You see? Because darkness and light, black and gold, is what you see around this halo of 12. And anytime you see 12, 12 disciples, 12 this, 12 that, is to identify with the constellation. Do your research.